Oh, it's on. Well, we have arrived here in Xian, which is a city that is about an hour and a half flight west of Beijing. So we're in a very, very different area of China. It's very strange. I think we had grown used to the idea of China as being so modern and high-tech. It made us feel like what we would expect to find in Tokyo or Seoul. And here, it's still modern, but the city has a much more of a feel like a little bit like Beirut. It's just nowhere near as modern. It's a lot more run down. It's still decent, but just for example, we ate in the hotel restaurant, and last night we ate at the hotel restaurant in Beijing, and we ordered. We had seafood, and all of it was fresh and very good, and we just ate here at the hotel restaurant. And we had seafood, and we definitely had worse. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't nearly as good. And they're both four-star hotels. It's strange because after this we're going to Shanghai, which is supposed to be extremely modern. And something like 70% of the people that live in China are peasants, working off subsistence agriculture. That means they don't make any money. They eat what they plant, and that's that. And to be here in a city that's more run down than Beijing and Shanghai gives us just a tiny idea of the fact that not everything is like what we saw in Beijing, and the parts of Beijing that we saw aren't telling the whole story, even for that city, surely. So we're about to go head out. Apparently there's a lot of Muslims that live in the city, so we're going to go head to the Muslim quarter and see the Great Mosque. So we'll... Okay, this is like a Chinese version of Walmart. If you want people to come to your store in China, I guess you need to have like a party going on in front. So we're going to go check it out. Okay, we are in that store trying on shoes. All these shoes you see here are $15 per pair. That's probably somewhat expensive for China. And it's also really cool. It's something I can't get over. Every store we go to has more employees than I know what to do with. This one section has 1, 2, 3, 4 people working in it. And we went to a store the other day that had literally probably 30 or 40 employees. Just salespeople galore. More salespeople than you would have like at a Best Buy in the United States. In a store, not a large store. It was not that big. So really something else. A lot of help. People here just do not speak English. So we have been using grunts and gestures and things to communicate what we want.
It's for 110.
Okay. Do we pay this here?
RMB.
Okay.
RMB is the name of the local currency, so he obviously didn't understand her question.
I think I need your wallet because I don't have 110 left.
Okay. This is what it's like shopping in a foreign country. They're not giving us a receipt. It's kind of shady.
No problem.
No, this is my bag.
And now we have some shoes. So I guess the store just doesn't have a cashier.
I bet this is, like fake Chinese products or something, perhaps.
It's informal. I guess they run under the table, a cash-only business.
We'll see how long they last, but the shoes say Beijing 2008 on them, so I kind of couldn't resist for $15.
2008. She's referring to it's got the Olympic logo on it. Show us what you got.
Well, I'm not sure what it's called here, but it's strawberries and some kind of sugar syrup. But the strawberries are really fresh and, just like organic strawberries at Whole Foods or something. So, yeah, we're just having a blast out here in Xian.
You got a whole duck here, including the head, and a whole line of duck heads here. The other night when we went to a nice restaurant, they had They serve, we bought that Peking duck in Beijing. We got the duck. And the duck came on a platter, and they had the head on a separate platter. And the head's like the delicacy. It was really gross. I thought he meant 1 for $2.50. He meant 2 for $5. So,
we don't know what this is.
And I don't know what it is. I'm really nervous. He says it's chicken, so that might be the only English word he knows. So. This chicken. Okay, so we finally made it to the Muslim Quarter. For whatever reason, there's not many people around here. Physically, it resembles very, very, very much a Middle Eastern market. Lots of stalls, covered stalls, kind of crowded, at least a narrow area, not crowded because no one's here. We saw a woman in a hijab, it's a scarf. She didn't speak Arabic, but
That's to be expected.
I tried.
So it's a little home away from home here.
Yeah, so, place is cool. Okay, we have police batons. You show. Police batons in China. Very popular item.